During the Exodus from Egypt, some 1200 years before Christ, that God revealed himself as a shrouded mystery and forbade his people from worshiping other gods.
Alright, I'll put a piece here. It is completely amazing that many scholars, many people that talk about religion, like in this program, National Geographic, they completely ignore a very important factor. Drugs, the entheogens, the psychotropic substances that influence the ancient human brain 40,000 years ago, creating creating a reality that was not there, creating the gods and the religion. This continued, and it was evident in the Egyptian religion, the Roman religion. The Roman religion was the most important religion of many gods 2,100 years ago.
Yet, when the Israelites returned to the land of Canaan after receiving God's law at Mount Sinai, they seemed to forget God's commandment that
where is the evidence? Where are the texts, the evidence? Even if it were written in stone, come on, scholars, where is the evidence? You'll find there is none.
enter some of the most unusual figures in all of biblical history, the prophets.
Show that the people of Israel were having great difficulty in making this change. Sometimes the prophets behave in ways that seem to be unnatural and difficult. Ezekiel, for example, is told by God to eat excrement, and he has to walk around town with his bags packed like a refugee. Jeremiah experiences the divine impact as a sort of pain that fills his every limb and causes him to stagger around like a drunk.
Did you know that drinking the urine or the feces of people that have eaten Amanita muscaria mushrooms will make you also see God? You don't know anything. Poppies are a sacred plant that makes you see God and have communion with Him. Guess where I saw that? In the scepter of the Emperor Augustus. He has a little poppy seed right over there. Many other emperors have them too, and they hold them, the sacred fruits, to see God. Here it is again. There were many entheogens. You see this lady here, this goddess? Well, they use a lot of fruits for that. Here is the Emperor Hadrian, and notice on the right hand a patera, which they used to for sacrifices. In the other pack is also they depicted this patera. You see it above here? It is sacred with the ribbons, which are also sacred. Who was in charge of writing religious text of the dogma? Who? In Rome was the divine God and Savior, Julius Caesar, son of Venus. And after he was sacrificed, the Pontifex Maximus, his son, Augustus. They were in control of the dogma and the rules. They were the high priest. And all over the empire. Who was in control of the dogma? The Jewish, like the so-called Jewish religion. Who? In Jerusalem, in that area controlled by the Roman Empire province, the province of Judea. Who? Herod. Herod the Great, a Romanophile that loved Julius Caesar. The Jews loved Julius Caesar, and they were called Christi, which means a speculator. They were the merchants. And he wrote the religious texts that compose the Talmud and everything. In other words, he actually revamped them. He renewed them. He added in religious texts. Why is the historians like Elaine Pagels, for instance, doesn't mention this? What's wrong with these people? Why are they so blind? The Roman Empire with its religion lasted 300 years until Constantine changed everything. Can they see this? Where they got the degrees and from? Are they so blind? Here's a divine Commodus, also holding entheogens in his left hand. The halls of the Capitoline museums here in Rome are filled with evidence of where religious beliefs came from. Rome was extremely tolerant of all religions. And they were very tolerant people and very advanced scientifically and technologically. They did tremendous works of art. The sculpture was amazing. The traditions, everything was incredible. The law system was incredible. All with the religion. They have many gods. That's what made them so tolerant. Until in 325, Constantine changed anything and
the beginning, where
he
he
initiated the Dark
sees
Ages with Christianity and intolerance.
it's as though he's been knocked out. And I think this indicates that the Israelites were finding it very difficult to pull themselves away, to rip themselves away, to...
Really? Is this what it means? Mythical consciences of, Have you ever thought about entheogens? What did these people eat? They had to eat, didn't they? They didn't know about drugs and psychotropic substances in their mushrooms and in the snails and different things like that? Of course not. So that's where they got the religion and the visions from, of God and this nonsense. Today, you can take LSD, you can take peyote, like the native, like the Navajo do, and you'll see God right away. This is exactly what these people did. This is exactly what these people did.
Elijah lived in the 9th century BC, a time when worship of the Canaanite god Baal had again grown popular among the Israelites. The Israelites turned to Baal, pagan god of storms, for rain. Elijah is enraged. One for Yahweh and one for Baal, and places a sacrifice on each. He then challenges the prophets of Baal to invoke their god. The Israelites fall on their faces, stunned. Yahweh is God, they cry. Soon after, torrential rains break, replenishing the land.
Who makes the rain? Is it Baal or is it the God of Israel? So, the God of Israel. Fire, the heavenly fire comes down, consumes the sacrifice, and then the point of the exercise, the cloud comes up and point made.
You see that with a straight face? You're stuck in the Middle Ages, sorry. We can create rain now. We can see the clouds. Evolution. Our brain has evolved. There is no God. We're the creation of the brain. So religious people, especially Christians, they originated from the cult of Divus Julius, the Roman Empire, a tremendous empire. So, I suggest we come to the 21st century like the rest of the Christ-psychotics.
Thence came a mighty wind, so strong it tore the mountains and shattered the rocks before Yahweh. But after the earthquake came a fire, but Yahweh was not in the fire. After the fire came the sound of a gentle breeze, and when Elijah heard this, he covered his face with a cloak.
The prophets of idolatry goes in search of God and finds God not in thunder, not in lightning, but in a still small voice, or in the voice of silence, the sound of silence. And I'd say that the quiet, still small voice reflects a greater maturity. The still small voice speaks out of our heart and to our mind and soul, and that in the end reflects a much deeper level both of understanding.
Here is Harpocrates, the god of silence. It was Horus the child. It all comes from the Egyptian religion. When you meditate and you're in the presence of God, which is within your brain, you keep quiet, you're silent. This was customary. And this is what the rabbi is talking about. But he is delirium, because he should go back in time and study the Egyptian religion, where all religions came from, especially the Roman. Here in the Capitol Museum you can see it. This is the god Antoninus Pius. We are in the 21st century. Religious beliefs are in the past. They're the property and the thinking of retarded people that live in the past in the 5th century. You want some mushrooms? You can see God. Anyone for mushrooms or peyote? You can see God like the angels did? It's all in the brain.